This right here. Uh, he's taking a break to brush up on his See? Dre says, damn, Regina. Yeah, Regina on Drake ass. Man, oh man, this is kind of funny right here to me. Uncle, so I'll take his spot if he don't. Oh man. Uh, Trump's inauguration falls on MLK Day. That overlap is pretty rare. Ain't it hilarious? This is how you know there's some level of just whatever you believe, whether you believe it's just a universal thing or some higher opinion. It's just a lot of petty, funny stuff that happens sometimes. How the president y'all consider in modern history, at least, the most racist, the most sexist, the most anti-everything. Of course, the day he gets officially brought into office again is on Martin Luther King Day. That's just hilarious to me. But anyway, so obviously this is a rare thing. I found it funny. But the big topic has been with the inauguration is who is attending said inauguration. Remember last time it happened, a couple people got a lot of backlash, particularly everybody remember Chrisette Michelle. She did a inauguration last, was it 2016? And she said she was doing it to bridge the gap, the divide amongst the population and bring unity and yada, yada, yada. And people kicked her back in for forever. Later on, she went on to go on the Breakfast Club, if I'm not mistaken, for an interview. And she talked about the mental anguish she went through and the backlash she got online. And even said, I think, if I'm not mistaken, she said she had a miscarriage during that time, at least after the performance. And I remember the comments. Travis brought this up before. They was in a comment section like, "Good." They was like, "Damn." People were very nasty to her. So now it's funny because this time there's not as many celebrities playing the card of "Don't you dare go to this inauguration." It's not a lot. There's a few black performers going this time. I think last time also Big Boy did it. He didn't get as much backlash because he let it be known. I'm only doing this for the check. I'm getting paid for this. But anyway, I want to make sure I show this right quick too. Let me show this. Let me move to this. Let me play this video right quick.
They try to cancel me and say that I'm a racist. Got a mean hook, they can't get me with that jab.
What, did y'all ever think y'all would see Roseanne Barr rocking braids doing hip hop songs? Now keep in mind, this dude Tom McDonald, who's been grifting the hell out of these right wingers the last couple of years with his music. If I'm not mistaken, he's Canadian. But anyway.
They try to cancel me and say that I'm a racist. Got a mean hook, they can't get me with that jab. Trying to take away my right to go and say this. Well, listen up, cause this gun is going bad.
You know what this also proves to me? And we'll get into hip hop later on. Mark said I wouldn't call this hip hop. Hear me out for a second. Isn't it now for the last I'll say 10 years since Trump became a real candidate for the office, how his politics and his positions on things have created a certain vibe to a base, has brought so much energy to the base that he's built. It's funny how these people have felt like outcasts, the MAGA people. They felt like they were the outsiders. They're being oppressed now. That they're formed now, not the number one, because country is actually very big last year at least. But now you have so many of these so-called right-wingers who decades ago was talking against hip-hop, now to voice their frustrations with the system, they're using hip-hop. It's proof that hip-hop has always been the music of the rebellion, against the oppressive system. So much so now that you have right-wingers, I'm going to say hard right-wingers, using hip-hop to voice their frustration with the same system. After decades ago, they used hip-hop to criminalize and to stereotype black people. It's hilarious. Roseanne ain't got no bars. Virginia says, I watch Rosie from time to time and she stay on the I'm not racist trope. This video shouldn't be surprising because she just like Drake. Yeah. It's funny because that whole I'm not racist thing, when you say certain things in public, I get it. Some people feel like their words can be twisted and stuff, but at this point, if you don't care so much, you wouldn't be constantly making comments to express how you're not something. If you're not that, you just move on. But maybe it's affecting her, I guess.
With the facts. Why they trying to turn Becky into Dan?
She had to send her shots at the transgenders.
Screw Eminem. I'm Roseanne.
Oh, and now white people don't like Roseanne. Remember, Eminem was in the early 2000s, he was the guy who said the things that were, were against the PC, the political correct terms. He would say certain things on his songs to garner attention. Certain things about gay people and stuff, what he stuck on all the time. So now that Eminem has reformed from that, and now he's just super liberal, a Democrat supporter now. Now they're, against him. It's hilarious. But anyway, Rich said this is embarrassing. But also, her deciding to put the braids in, it wasn't enough to do a quote unquote rap song. Her aesthetic needed to change a certain way. All around, it's meant to be just rebellious. And their rebellious music, even though they took that too, was rock and roll. And now that's not enough for them. Anyway, let me show this. We'll get into the people that's now are or aren't going to this inauguration, and we move forward. Michelle Obama to skip Trump inauguration. Now, I saw somebody online make a point that she didn't go to Jimmy Carter's funeral. Don't care, it doesn't matter. But from a political standpoint, from the optics of it, when I feel like more than any other president's wife, she constantly tries to defy what the norm is. So if she don't like, apparently they said she didn't go to it because she didn't want to be around Trump. She's not going to this either because, she don't want a fake smile or whatever. Even though we saw Obama there kikiing with Trump like they best of friends, which we know behind the scenes, most of these people are friends or some of even cousins. So she doesn't go, and she's announced she's not going. And I saw somebody make a point that, how do y'all think it looks that the only quote unquote black political couple, Obama obviously being the former president, that there's a certain level of opposition even between them and the public? Like immediately when she announced this and how Obama always pops up somewhere and she's always somewhere else, almost the same thing as the Clintons, that people are starting to say it's a bad look that you're constantly doing the opposite of Obama. Like I'll never forget when Michelle Obama said that she feels like a single mother. That was crazy. And regardless of what we think about their politics or the allegations or rumors about them, the fact that she said she felt like a single mother to a president, even though we know what he is, it's kind of crazy. It has to be looked at from a racial lens at that point. Because I don't trust any politician. Neither do I. Keep says it's petty. Definitely petty. Definitely petty. Let me move on. HBCU band got in trouble because they accepted apparently an invitation to the inauguration, and they were looking for funds to be able to get there. It says HBCU band unfairly scorned for accepting Trump inauguration invite. Regina said, rumors are she and Barry are hitting the skids, so it's all this avoidance code for that. Because most of the P's and the coons and buddies, we don't believe you need more people. Oh, yeah.
Well, we don't believe you. You need more people.
Well, yeah, I've heard the whole divorce thing, but I don't think politicians like that, people that much power together, don't get divorced unless there's some level of a scandal. Like I believe Jeff Bezos and his wife, they never get a divorce if that affair of his don't get reported publicly. But once those type of things happen, then yeah, all is up. But yeah, power couples like that don't get divorced. They just kind of behind the scenes separate and do what they want to do. Which reminds me of what's their name? The Prince from Prince Harry, and what's his name? What's her name? How she said how they have a work separation or something like that, and they spend certain holidays alone or whatever. That's kind of what that is to me. But this, we can't have it both ways. We can't, when the Democrat nominee for president hails from a historically black college or university, we want to puff out our chests and swell with pride. Kamala Harris is a bison, we brag. She repping Howard, you. Some of us had some of us had never even stepped on a black campus, but we were as proud as parents of a newborn baby. But when the marching band at Mississippi Valley State and HBCU accepts an invitation to perform at a presidential inauguration, we want to treat them like a bunch of Uncle Toms who snitched on a runaway slave. I think the what they call it, the Trump derangement syndrome, is starting to get played out a bit. I think they kind of overblown how much they hated the man before the election, calling him everything but a child of God, and then now it's like he won and y'all buddy with him. Why do we have to keep hating people? People who got divorced and stopped talking to parents and children and all type of family members because of this election, because of politics. And now you just letting them in office. You're not even fighting it. You're not going to none of the courts. You said you were going to do all this stuff, that he was doing all this illegal things to win, and now you're not doing anything to stop it, which means you was playing in people's faces. Why? Because the man being sworn in as president will be Donald Trump. This is not just a moment of pride for our university, but for the entire state of Mississippi, said University President Gerald Briggs. It's an opportunity to showcase our legacy, celebrate our culture, and invest in the future leaders of our community. This participation allows students to engage in a peaceful transition of power and gain global exposure while celebrating the university's 75th anniversary. It's as simple as that. Then it says, why do some so-called liberal blacks dismiss so-called conservative blacks and label them as traitors? We need faces on all sides. Exactly. I remember that was a couple months ago last year. I was watching the Joe Budden podcast with Killer Mike was on in an interview. And he mentioned how growing up in Atlanta with his grandfather and grandmother, whatever, all the politicians were black, regardless if they were Democrat or Republican. So when his grandfather was complaining about somebody in office, he was talking about a nigga. He wasn't talking about some white man or some politician on the other side. He was complaining about people who represented him regardless of their politics. And that's kind of what you need. Although some of them do go a little far on both sides. And we're going to get to that later about both sides going too far. Out of War, Sunshine. Yeah. Let's skip that now. All right. Another person. Nelly will reportedly perform at the inauguration. In contrast to his 2017 inauguration, this time around, there were a lot of actual famous people signing up to usher Donald Trump into the second term. Earlier this week, it was announced that Carrie Underwood, oh yeah, they turned on Carrie Underwood pretty fast too, didn't they? I saw the comments they was making about her. It was kind of, like, damn. Would perform America the Beautiful at Trump's inauguration ceremony. Then it was reported that Rascal Flatts and Jason Aldean, of course, he was going to be there, would be playing in a different, and the dude that made that Small Town song, Try That in a Small Town, will be playing at a different inaugural balls. The obvious addition to the list, of course, Nelly. Not even mad with Nelly too. Let's move forward. And yeah, I'm gonna get that's the next one. Dre said and Snoop Dogg performing too. Yep. Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross, and Soulja Boy perform at pro-Trump crypto ball celebration in DC. Now, keep in mind, Snoop Dogg last time made a video and made comments talking crazy about people who went to Trump's inauguration and supported Trump or whatever. And now he's there. These celebrities, man, you just can't follow these people. They just wishy-washy. Whatever benefits them, they change with the wind. All wearing the ball bill at the party and throwing a welcome incoming administration Donald Trump at the first ever crypto ball. Let me just play a little bit of his performance. I wonder how much Snoop got paid for this, though. You know, he also did the Olympics last year. He was a torchbearer, so he clearly got a nice little bag for that one. I'm not surprised at Soulja Boy. Get your money, bro. I am surprised at this audience. I don't know the demographics, but if it's a Trump audience. I didn't think that this audience would be so for this type of music. But anyway, oh yeah, let me show this. Speaking of MLK Day, now last year something similar happened, but nothing came of it. People just took it as somebody trolling online. But this year, somebody tried to do something.